I hear so many people say that they don't want to get into photography or videography because the market is saturated. That is the most untrue thing I've ever heard in my life. And today we're going to talk about why. Stay tuned.
FlashFilm Media presents Business Tip of the Week.
The market is saturated in one area and one area only, and that's the area of personal portraits. Yes, every photographer that get a camera want to take pictures of people in the park or on train tracks. That is the saturated area. However, that is like the least paying area of photography. You're trying to compete with JCPenney's, Walmart, and everybody else who got a studio inside of their grocery store. And that's hard to do in an age of cell phones and selfies and front-facing cameras that can blur backgrounds. Yeah, it's saturated because that's what people tend to jump to when they buy a camera after spending days and days of taking pictures of the kids and their dogs. They feel like they can do it for other people, and that area seems saturated. That's why it's hard to compete in that area, because it's so many people in that little sector of photography trying to charge $25 for a 3-hour session and 20 prints that it's kind of not worth going into that area. That's why I tell people to find a niche and stick with it. Be a fashion dog designer, and then you can charge $500 an hour for a session. Be a tennis photographer. Be a boxing photographer. Be a shoe photographer. Find a niche. It's a lot easier to market to that niche, and then you become a subject matter expert. People spend more money for subject matter experts. People spend more money for arthritis Tylenol than regular Tylenol. Why? Because if you have arthritis, this Tylenol seems a little bit better because it targets your niche. You're willing to spend more for it, though the ingredients are probably about 95% the same. The price difference is probably about 50% greater. You have to target your niche. And like I say in a lot of videos, we talk about that on FlashFilm Academy and why it's important to find out what your niche is and how to build a brand to target that niche. The market is not saturated. The area that you focused on is very saturated. And that's the easiest bottom line area of photography. That's something that people want to do instantly when they get a camera, and it's only because the only practice they've had has been of their kids, their dogs, their neighbors. Be a car photographer. There's a lot of people that need great images for their cars on Auto Trader and Craigslist. They're trying to sell a car. You can be a real estate photographer. There's plenty of ways you can do things to get a niche where you can make a living, make more money per shoot, and have 1/100 of the competition in your area trying to do what you do. So if this information was valuable to you, if you learned something here, I'm going to ask that you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this video with friends that may have, similar issues and problems and ideas about the market being saturated. And also for our email list on our upcoming advanced courses, make sure you sign up at flashfilmacademy.com, and I'll see you guys next video.